It's 5 o'clock on this Thursday evening, October 15th, 2020. It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Thursday evening, October 15th, 2020. Time's 5 o'clock. Mountain temperature is 71 degrees. Top stories on the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Thursday evening is C-SPAN political editor Steve Scully suspended after admitting and lied about his Twitter feed being hacked. According to 2020 election poll, Biden leads Trump by double digits. Police arrest 26 people protesting Amy Coney Barrett's nomination. Trump again abandons similar strategy, complaining that Manchin has come home with a bacon. Trump rages at allies as potential October surprise fizzles. Kamala Harris has suspended travel after 2 people close to the campaign tested positive for COVID-19. Trump used his son's COVID-19 diagnosis to push for reopening of schools. Minnesota town residents oppose church listed as hate group. COVID is catching up to Kansas and the numbers are getting worse. Lindsey Graham leads Jamie Harrison in South Carolina race poll shows. Nagorno volunteers get weapons as clashes intensify. Thailand declares emergency after unprecedented protest. As coronavirus surges and Brexit deadline nears, Boris Johnson stalls. Celebrations as Yemen civil war prisoners freed in huge swap. Authorities on Thursday have raided the homes of the former French Prime Minister and current and former health ministers over Paris' response to the COVID-19 pandemic. U.S.-South Korea defense chiefs leave out commitment to troop levels. Thousands of North Korean workers return to China, report says. Trump participated in NBC town hall in Miami. Biden participated in ABC town hall in Philadelphia. Citigroup executive Ray McGraw run for New York City mayor. Peloton directive announced Thursday its voluntary recall on PR70P clip on pedals in its pumper backs because of the risk of the axle to break. U.S. Attorney General William Barr met with law enforcement officials in St. Louis on Thursday as part of the Trump administration Operation Legend initiative to tackle an upsurge in crime in U.S. cities. The Republican majority of the Senate Judiciary Committee on Thursday said the panel will vote next week whether it admits the Supreme Court nomination of Amy Coney Barrett for a full floor vote. President Trump released a plan Thursday to address government promotion and protection of key critical emergency technologies against competitors like China and Russia. Adding into the clear trend for resident cases in the United States since early September, almost 60,000 more people have tested positive for COVID-19 nationwide, updated data show Thursday. Driver injured in tractor-trailer roller in Plainville on 495. Large illegal pot operation busted in Rehoboth. Early in-person boarding starts Saturday in the Attleboro area. In North Attleboro, RuPaul's Drive-In Drag Halloween show got off to a stormy start at the Emerald Square Mall, but ended smoothly, as you might imagine, spectacularly. Attention, Route 140 travelers between Taunton and Bedford next week. You will have new exit numbers, but if you're worried about getting disoriented, don't be the old one being around police. Public records obtained by the Empire show that former mayor of Brockton, Moses Rodriguez, used city funds to cover a private funeral for a man who was fatally struck by a police cruiser last year. According to an investigation by the Brockton Enterprise. Hanover will seek a community ideas for a new mascot name. Quincy man indicted in fatal crash accused of manslaughter while driving. Mayor Walsh announces new COVID-19 enforcement measures in Boston. Walsh said enforcement will also include visiting businesses to enforce the state and city rules. Roller coaster stock market takes cues from two uncertainties as the stock's down. Dow down 19.80 at 494.20. SP 5 down 5.33 at 34.83.34. And Nasdaq down 54.86 at 11.713.87. Wells Fargo fires more than 100 employees accused of coronavirus relief fraud. U.S. weekly jobless claims unexpectedly increase. And OPEC chief assures markets that oil prices won't crash again. Pieces of orbit in space junk set for a very close pass. Scientists have discovered a general room temperature superconductor. London coverage set for NASA astronaut Cassidy space station crew. Incredible details of 10,000-year-old truck revealed in fossil footprints. Fauci blames third immunity proposal embraced by White House as a total nonsense. Coronavirus study finds airplanes is safer than homes on or operating rooms. And Oxford University scientists develop extremely rapid 5-minute COVID-19 tests. Take a look at sports. Joe Morris steps down as Houston Rockets GM, and Andy Reid on Le'Veon Bell and Brett Beach does all that. Peter Chill News Time is 5 minutes after 5 on this Thursday evening. Taking a look at the Peter Chill traffic and transit check. Baby! On the MBTA subway system, looking good. Commuter rail, Fitchburg Line train 4:15, 3:30 p.m. from North Stations operating 5 to 10 minutes basket between Shelley and Rochester due to a signal issue, and commuter rail and the ferries are looking good at Stoughton train 79:15, 4:30 p.m. from substation to Spartan. Substation is operating 5 to 10 minutes basket due to late arrival of equipment. And looking at the highways and byways in New England, in Providence and vicinity, '95 slow between Pawtucket and Providence. 195 slow between Route 44 and East Providence down to 95 in downtown Providence. 146 up on so on Sales Road to 295 in Lincoln, and then hit breaks end before 95 out in the Providence area. 37 in eastbound so between 295 and 395 in the Warwick area. 295 at the northbound side, little slower on the Warwick stretch, and Jamestown, Newport, and Sagama Bridge is on looking good, and Mano Bridge on the southbound side, a little bit slow. And 95 stop and go between 120 and Canton and on the 495 in the Mansfield stretch, and 24 southbound side, a little slow between 120 and Canton and on the 139 out in the Stoughton stretch, and then hit break again between 495 and Raynham all the way down to 140 in Taunton. 495 on the southbound side, so after 24 out in the Raynham area. Borden Bridge on the southbound side, a little bit slow. 20 on the northbound side, so on Borden Rotary. Route 6 on the westbound side, so on the Howard stretch, and Route 3 on the southbound side, a little bit slow between Braintree down to 18 in Weymouth. Then 128 stop and go between Newton all the way down to 135 in Needham, and then hit back again between Route 1 out at Dedham all the way down to Route 128 out in Canton. Summer Expressway, both ends back between Boston and Braintree. 93 both ends in downtown Boston and back up. Route 1 on the northbound side, so between Chilton and Charlestown. 93 at the northbound side, so between Somerville down to Bedford, and then hit back in between Stone and down to 128 down to Redden. 128 slow with the Burleson stretch, and 128 northbound side, so between Woburn down to Route 1 now in Peabody, and 128 southbound side, so between Denver's down to Redden, and 495 on both ends back between Tewksbury and Lawrence. 93 at the northbound side, so between the Tewksbury area. Route 3 looking good from 128 in Burlington down to Kingsburg. 95 looking good from 128 in Peabody down to Amesbury. And 190 at the northbound side, so the West Boylston stretch. 29 westbound slow around Route 9 in downtown Worcester. And out in Western Massachusetts, looking good. And 91 a little bit slow around Route 2 in Greenfield, Mass. 91 southbound side in Hartford, Connecticut, a little bit slow before 84. 84 eastbound slow between Farmington down to Hartford, Connecticut. 84 westbound slow between Waterbury and Denver, Connecticut. And Merritt Parkway eastbound slow between Separate down to Milford. 95 northbound side slow between Greenwich down to Bridgeport, Connecticut. 95 at the southbound side slow between New Haven down to West Haven, Connecticut. And up in New Hampshire, 93 on the northbound side, a little bit slow in Londonderry, New Hampshire. And 95 northbound side so the Northampton tolls in New Hampshire. And 93 southbound side, so the Hooks the tolls, and up in Maine, looking good, and 91 both ends back on upstate Vermont, and 95 northbound side also Medway, Maine. Peter Chill News Time is 5:09. Time now for a weather report. It's cold weather approach New England tonight, then slows down Friday as low pressure develops on the front, resulting in widespread showers Friday to Friday night from west to east, and randomly every time at the low exit of Maine Saturday, dry and cool weather spreads southern New England, and high pressure over the wage and Sunday provides tranquil, seasonal cold weather, and high pressure dry weather lingers to the metro the next week. Tranquil and mild evening along with the temperatures at 4 p.m. ranging 70 to 75, mid upper 60s along with the south coast and about 10 degrees warmer than normal. And only in Asia this evening will be gusty south-southwest winds up to 35 miles per hour, which will be diminishing toward and especially after sunset with cool and boundary and mostly clear skies this evening with increasing clouds late this evening with showers entering western Massachusetts, Connecticut after midnight in response to a approach of frontal boundary and should remain rainy dry across Rhode Island and eastern Massachusetts and mild night ahead of a good and strong one with low of a warm convection ahead of a convection front and lows tonight only in the 50s, low 60s along the south coast, including Cape and the Islands, and normal low temperatures this time of the year with many 40s and winds gusty southwest winds ahead of a front with gusts up to 35 knots, 40 miles per hour, possible across Rhode Island and eastern Massachusetts, and postponed winds from the northwest not as gusty will speed up 50, 20 knots, and nonetheless will be continuing the cold conditions the afternoon across Connecticut and western and central Massachusetts. Forecast goes like this. Increased skies will low about 58 degrees and subway at about 69 miles per hour with gusts as 25 miles per hour for Friday. Check the showers being after 1 p.m. Petrified before 10 a.m. Otherwise, mostly clouds will have at 68 degrees. That would about 5 to 8 miles per hour gust size. 22 miles an hour. Transpiration of 40%. Dew percent less than 7 days possible for Friday night. Showers with thunderstorm possible at 2 a.m. Some stores below 7 rainfall. Petrified up to 10 p.m. Lower than 45 degrees. Southwest wind about 6 miles per hour. Coming north in the evening. Transpiration is 100%. New rain amounts between 3/4 of 1 inch possible for Saturday. Showers will possibly at thunderstorm before 11 a.m. Then a slight chance of showers between 11 a.m. and noon. Some stores below 7 rainfall. Either 57 degrees. Northwest about 7 to 10 miles per hour. Gust size. 24 mile an hour, transported is 8%, dew percent less than 1/4 inch possible. And Saturday night, mostly clear skies at 32 degrees, southwest about 5 miles per hour, coming in the evening for Sunday. Sun skies at 61, a low 43 degrees, coming southeast around 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. Monday, partly sun skies at 65, low 48 degrees, light south wind. And for Tuesday, mostly sun skies at 67, a low 50 degrees, coming south around 6 miles per hour in the afternoon. For Wednesday, partly sun skies at 67 degrees, and coming south around 6 miles per hour in the afternoon, and for Thursday, mostly south at 67 degrees, light of a wind. Right now, not in its fair 71 degrees. That's me for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Thursday evening, October 15th, 2020. I'm Peter J. Wiggins, and we have a good evening and a goodbye day to stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. I will see you at 10 o'clock for 10 o'clock port. Hope you have a good evening.